Evening, folks. How's everyone doing? I don't know if you could actually hear that, but my kettle has just boiled, so I'm going to run over to the kitchen and make that. But I think you can probably still hear me well over here. So hi everyone, as I shout at you from across the room. It's episode 7 today, which seems like an appropriate day to do some slot-related modules. So I think Rex is gonna be here at some point to help me with silly slots, because I think he is the silly slots authority. I may also take a look at skewed slots. I still need to actually launch the game as well. Let's get that going. Things will be visible in a moment. And I need to finish making my tea as well. But yeah, so far we've actually hit 30 on the profile, because we had 28 last episode. Someone pointed out that I just completely forgot to add connection check, because we did connection check and we never went back to it yesterday. So connection check is 29, and of course forget me not, I also haven't got on there right now. So we're actually 30 in, which is a nice milestone. But yeah, who we got going here? Hey Cool Doom, hey Survivor, or Civivior, I don't know how you'd pronounce that. Hey G Freak, hey Daily, hey Gibbous, hey Kermit, hey Rice God, hey Johnny. You missed the last two, Rice God? I seem to remember seeing your name around recently, but maybe not. Catch you later, Gibbous. So I need to do a couple things before we actually become visible here. Let me text Rex and let him know. Kermit asks, what ideas would recommend for the Centurion trying to do it? Now, Kermit, are you asking about soloing it, or are you asking about just doing it normally? And I think we can say hi to everyone. Is my camera on as well? Video capture device too. Hi everyone. Just generally, sure. Hey Epicness. It has been a while. Hey buddy. Alright, let's go finish making my tea. So Kermit, I'm going to shout at you from across the room again. We did a video probably a year or so ago now, called, I think it's called like you can defuse the Centurion, or you can solve the Centurion. And we went into as much depth as we possibly could, all about tips and tricks for doing the Centurion, just general diffuser and expert tips, but also specific module tips. I think that video is like 2 hours. We went as much depth as we could. In fact, it was Halloween. It was a year before last Halloween, because we were running Elias's custom Halloween bomb, which was a lot of fun as well. So that, yeah, I guess that was October 2018. But just to link for this, so what's the link for the Centurion mod did you use? I'm not quite sure what that's asking. But to give a couple very, very brief tips, I guess, know who's doing what, like split your workload. Try and balance time as a diffuser as much as possible. So load one expert up with long solves while you do interactives with the other person. Minimizing your expert idle time is absolutely one of the most crucial things to that mission. Because if you've got your experts consistently saying, yep, I'm out of work, or even worse, not telling you that they're out of work, then you're just wasting time. So hopefully your experts are comfortable with being given information for 4 or 5 modules that they can stock up on and then work on whenever they have downtime. So pile up your experts with info, so they've always got something to do when they run out. And then try and use opportunities where someone is going to be busy for a while to do your interactives with the other person. And I am back with tea, so we can get started. How do double keys work? Well, if you take a look at the manual page, the keys, they're kind of gross really. both keys require you to have solved certain modules before you can turn them, and to have not solved certain other modules before you turn them. If you solve a bend module, they break, you can't solve the bomb. Hey Jared. If you try and turn them before you've solved a required mod, then you get a strike. But that's not quite so bad, that doesn't destroy the bomb like a bend solve does. So for example, you need to make sure you've solved things like round keypad, or orientation cube, or 2-bits before you can turn them, but you can't do certain stuff like plumbing or cryptography, or you'll break them. So it defines, to some small extent, the order of things that you can do on the bomb. Alright, well, I think we're all pretty much ready to go. Oh, you know what, I'm also going to grab some delicious dark chocolate as well. Thank you for the donation, Kermit. Kermit's donated 99 cents. Thanks, buddy. I'll drop a link to You Can Defuse the Centurion in chat as well. It's long, but you can always just scrub through it to the bits that are relevant to you. Also, the first like half an hour, 45 minutes is just us doing a fun Halloween-themed bomb, so you're welcome to skip that if you're just in it for the tips as well. But yeah, feel free to just... Yeah, this is a 3-hour video, but we went through as much as we could possibly go through in terms of hints and tips and tricks for trying to do a Centurion. So I think that is one of the helpful resources for you if you want to try and... I would have said biscuits if I had any biscuits, G-Freak. Fortunately, I don't have any biscuits, so I'm going to have to settle for some dark chocolate, which I bought as an ingredient to... I made a really nice chili a couple days ago. And a couple squares of dark chocolate in a chili is good. But, oh, what a disaster. I've got spare chocolate left over. I did figure out binary LEDs, yeah. It's not the... I don't know if it's actually the finalized method. Because what I'm doing with binary LEDs, let's go take a look at it. The wrong binary module. Okay. Every single row in binary LEDs has a 15 or a 16 in it. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for the 15 or the 16, and then I'm looking for a number that is unique to that row, which I'll highlight here, which is directly adjacent to the 15 or the 16 in that row. So, if I see a 15-1, I know I'm working with the top row. If I see a 31-15, I know I'm working with the 5th row. And then, what's also nice is that every blue cut number is also unique. So, if I want to cut on a 25 on the top row, it's the only 25. So I always cut on a blue, which is convenient. I only have to remember one thing. And I always cut that. So I essentially for every row I have 2 numbers to remember, which is like the designator, the marker to work out which row it is, which is the number next to the 15 or the 16, and then I have to remember which number to cut blue on. It has its problems because some rows have a 15 and a 16. The reason I'm using 2 numbers is because as far as I can tell there is no number in every single row, and this row here and this row here only have a 16. They don't have a 15. But you'll also notice that there are 16s in some of the other rows here. So like this second row here has a 16 in it. 1 or 2 of the others have 16s in. And there's another one there. So that can also kind of fool me. If I see a 16, I have to be careful that I'm not actually looking at a row that also contains a 15. Because if it's a 15 contained row, then my marker is specifically one for a 15. So that's how we're doing binary LEDs. Highlighting red, I'm holding Alt and pressing the numerical keys 1, 2, 3, 4. You can switch between blue, red, green, and yellow on the manual, which is really useful. It's a good tool. There are some modules that benefit so well from it. Human resources, being able to highlight the reds and greens in red and green is beautiful. Hey, Animoini. Or Animaveni, right? In 2-bits. What's really nice is that I highlight my first query in blue, my second query in red, etc., which is not only good for souvenir, but it's also good for counting to your submit. Hey, Rex. As soon as you hit your yellow letter pair, you know that's your submit because you've run out of highlights. So Rex, I think, is going to join me today if he wants to, and we can take a look at silly slots. Entirely up to you when you want to join, Rex. Just shoot me a message and we can take a look at silly, if that's the first thing you want to do today. Yeah, that's also a useful tool. Cool, alright, we'll get you in then. Hey Vinco, or Vincho. Are you there, Rex?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi,
hey,
people.
Buddy.
I was muted.
Hey everyone, let me introduce you to my friend Rex. He's been a friend of mine for a while now, and he wanted to come on the channel to do his first ever live stream, so that's what I want today to say hi. So yeah, I think you're going to help me out with silly slots because I think you're going to be better at that than I am. So you can help me strategize for it. Let's go take a look at the page.
Is it okay for you to look at cheat sheets if you're learning?
Yes, yeah. Condensed information is vitally important to this challenge, so I will happily learn a cheat sheet for this challenge, no problem.
Where's my... Oh.
Kermit says he remembers seeing you in the official Catane server.
Official Catane server?
Kermit has seen you in the official Catane server.
Oh yeah, hi Kermit. How you doing? Let's see, where are we? There you are. Let's do that. You might open up for my sake. The cheat sheet that was made by Nanthalus and me is only available in PDF.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting. We decided that it was easier to translate from table 1, from the table in the normal silly slots page. Open up the normal silly slots page. Okay, instead of thinking in terms of silly and Sally, translate everything into numbers and letters. So the sassy, silly, soggy translates to 1, 2, or 3. Okay. And the Sally, Simon, Sausage, Stephen translates into A, B, C, D.
Right.
Now all the rules get translated the same way. And they're much easier to understand.
Sure. I like that.
So that's what we did. It's... Now let me just look at my printed manual because I think I even have an earlier version that didn't have the white separator, which looks ugly to me now. Just as black lines. But anyhow, let me go take a look at my manual because I'm curious. Where are you?
This table also looks a lot less scary than the vanilla table to learn as well.
Right.
Any particular reason you chose the order cherry, grape, coin, bomb for that table? It's just the order.
That's what it is on the other pen.
Sure.
Yeah. Original.
I think I might swap those columns around for my own sake, just because if they're alphabetical.
You know what? That's right.
That would be helpful.
My manual has the original page because you don't use Chi-Chi's, I will do the whole conversion in my head. Yeah. Rearrange them any order you like, of course.
Yeah, just to save me thinking, okay, what is the third column, cherry,
Right.
etc. Like, if they're
Right.
alphabetical, that's one less thing to learn.
Makes sense. Makes sense to me.
RGB is a nice color order, though, because it's RGB, right?
Right.
I tend to learn things in RGB.
I agree with that.
RGB is...
Oh, you want a spreadsheet, don't you?
Well, I'll probably just copy these into a table in my Word document, because I've got a Word document of all my individual notes.
Yeah, but this is a PDF. It's like an image.
So I can't even... I can copy text, though.
Okay, well...
I don't know, yeah, if you've got a spreadsheet, then maybe that's better.
Fine.
Let me see how well this copies in. Probably very bad.
Actually, well, I'll do that.
Why are these here? Why have I written these here? We can carry this. Sorry, let me move my keyboard away from my mic here. Let's do that.
Now, if it was an XLSX file, do you think you could open it up into an Excel spreadsheet?
I don't know, actually. Like, I can try and put it into Drive and see if that works. Hey, sorry. Can I fix levels of my Mike's versus Rex? Rex is significantly louder. Is he? Interesting. Let me just pop him down to...
Or just pump me down. There. Okay, I found you.
What modded module do you relate to the most? Horrible memory.
Which one? Oh. I just dropped a file in our chat, but you saw that. Just see if I can open it in Sheets.
Okay, how can I easily get this over to Word?
Oh, it's easy. I just imported it into what should we call it? Into Sheets.
So I've got the XLSX file open.
Right. Oh, you do? You have it open how?
I've just put it onto Drive.
Okay, well, perfect.
And how do I get that nicely into Word? Do you know?
Well, do you want it in Word, or why don't we first...
It's just where I've got all my notes for things.
Into Word, like Microsoft Word? No, you mean...
Well, a Drive Word.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. Go to copy all.
I could actually just take a screenshot, but yeah.
No, copy all, type Control-C, and paste it into a document. Let's try that.
It doesn't paste it into a table. I'll tell you what, I'll just grab a screenshot. That's far easier.
Up to you.
Okay, how do I crop this? actually, I guess we want. Okay, excuse me, that works. Oh, I guess the problem is the columns aren't quite in the right order. I can still learn them in the right order though.
We could rearrange the columns when you got into the spreadsheet for.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah. So if I move. Wait, what's happened to here? This is a different thing. This is a different one.
What I gave you is different?
Yeah, it's cross-referenced differently. The table isn't... It's alright, I'll stick with this one, this is fine.
I can get you what you want. You want them in... Let me just see. Yeah, you're right. Oh, wait. There it is. Oh. It's on a different tab for me. Oh, there it is. Take a look at the bottom of the spreadsheet. I think if you open it up the right way.
Okay, hang on.
Do you get tabs across the bottom?
Hey, Ravy. Ravy says it's nice to see you on the team tonight.
Hey.
Yeah, I do. Okay. So it's not
different tab.
Nanthelis style.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Being able to move those rules around would be nice as well. So what's the... You say you've got like an order for the rules.
Interesting. Yeah, I did them in the order. Well, let's just go see. Let's... Maybe I do them all at the same time. Let's go see.
Okay.
Let's try it. Well, let's take a look at the rules really fast and talk about them. 1 times 2C happens fairly rarely, but it's easy to notice. That is the same as a single silly sausage, but you don't need to know that now. 1 times 1A, unless the slot in 2 stages ago was a 3. Well, that rarely ever happens, but it's a good one to check really quickly.
Which one are we
I always
looking at?
forget about the second roll. Just going down order.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Notice it's 2C and 1A. That's why I like them. 1 is about 2C and 2 is about 1A. Sort of opposites. You'll get for that.
I'm wondering whether a good memorization strategy for these rules actually is to roughly put them in the order.
They do it actually figure them out.
Well, like try and go like 1A, 2A, 3A, 1B, 2B, 3B. That consideration order, roughly. Obviously, it's not as neat as that, but.
Now, Timley's got a large decision tree. Huge. You'll never get by with it. Um,
So rule
yeah, I
8,
don't know.
same number and letter. That means all 3 slots have to be identical, right?
Correct. Yeah. You're going to really want to have to remember what happened in previous stages exactly.
Yep.
You're going to want to know all the rules that are independent of what's happened in previous stages.
I'm doing this on the wrong tab. I'm going to want to know all the rules. What, sorry?
That don't depend on previous stages. Slot in same position. How on earth are you going to remember this stuff?
We'll work it out.
Okay. Perfect. You just start rearranging.
Okay, I think that might be a good order then.
Okay.
See. Same number unless
You're
any...
thinking
Oh,
of
A.
likelihood. Is that what you're doing there?
I'm besides the bottom 2, which are kind of doing that. The rest of them I'm just putting in like alphanumerical order, if you like.
Okay.
So I'm considering as much as possible, I'm considering the A rules, then the B rules, then the C rules, then the D rules.
Okay.
Okay, so
Now,
let's copy this over now then, so this can go.
do you want those bottom rows reordered too, so in an alphabetical order?
Yeah.
That is swapping Simon and sausage.
That is swapping Simon and sausage.
In the bottom of the table. So
Oh, yeah,
Simon row and
okay.
the sausage roll. You're going to memorize these in alphabetical order. Oh, you need to rearrange those columns too.
Yeah, so let's put grape just here for the moment. Let's put cherry here. So bomb wants to go here. Excuse me. Bomb here. Cherry here. Coin and grape.
My first genuine cheat sheet. Very glad to see it develop something life.
Let's print screen this. Bring it over to here. Oh, did I close my...
You didn't erase those boxes very good.
Well, I'm going to be cropping them anyway, so...
Yeah, but I mean, you didn't erase those boxes very good. Hey, GP. Welcome back.
Okay.
What snacks did you come back with, Big Freak? Maybe I wanted some too. Oh. Wow. What kind of sandwich?
What's happening there? Ooh. Okay. So we've got
Hey,
our
Jared.
rules.
Hey, Mariamba.
I remember. You've not missed too much, Jared. We've got a kind of optimized sheet ready for silly slots, which I need to learn now.
Now you really first thing to do is learn that table on the bottom somehow.
That's easy. There's not much info there.
Okay.
Okay, so 3-3.
I think you're not going to want to do what I'm going to recommend, but I'm going to recommend it anyway, so be prepared. You're probably going to want to go through a bomb or two of practice applying these rules, especially in the weird order you've got them in now, and then start memorizing the rules. But if you try to memorize the rules first and then look at a bomb, it'll seem a lot harder, I think. I think having practice going through the rules will help drill the pattern into your brain, or at least that's what it did for me.
Okay. Should I just turn the profile off? Are they like global vetoes? Or do I just not have silly slots? Oh, hang on. Oop.
What's the mechanism where we get the soloing the Centurion video?
What's the what? Sorry.
What causes us to get that the static title screen video?
Oh, me just pressing a button.
Ah. And why do you choose to do it sometimes?
Just
somehow a privacy guard?
Yeah, I'm just going through system files and stuff.
Got it.
Silly slots. Okay, well, I have the module.
Maybe it's in one of those vetoes.
I guess so. That's weird, though.
Turn off those vetoes and see.
Nothing is disabled there. Nothing is disabled there. What? Is it using an old version, so it's not finding the current version? Yeah, I'm still missing it. I think it might just be using an old version.
I think you're right.
How weird. I guess we'll have to strong arm it and use our own.
Let me go find it for you.
Well, I don't want to use an old Steam version, right?
No, we'll get you a good one on Steam. A good version.
I think I might be using the newer one though.
It's the one by Tim Lee.
Is the new one?
Oh, it's back forever. The new one.
Okay, hang on.
Big responsibility.
Okay, yeah, so, yeah, I have the 1x10 move. I think the Porky mission maybe isn't using the 10 move version.
Ah. That's interesting. Why don't you make a profile with just that and then do a bomb with that?
Oh, okay. I've just made a new profile, but the actual module list in the profile is empty because I'm using the demand.
No, that's a new bug. Whoa, I'm gonna have to talk to Sam about that. This obviously happens that way for me too.
Well, we should at least see a silly slot appear on, like, if I run a Centurion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's delete. Can we delete profiles?
Yeah. Well, now.
Wait, what? Okay, I think my demand-based loading is really just broken because everything is missing from the Centurion.
Yeah, reboot your game.
Yeah, something weird going on. Yeah, everything's missing. Huh. Oh, game is really buggy today. I hear there's been an update. My infinite bomb factory mode doesn't work today, but it did it last night.
That's weird. Yeah, the only two mods I've got are the two I just recently subscribed to it. The new souvenir and the new forget me whatever.
Yeah.
I just had to solve in 0 time. With all the modules that came on it. I need to talk to young Sam. Where are you? There you are. And let's just see about this. Is there an update happened today or something?
Yeah, I still can't run anything.
No. Everything's bad. I just tested. Command-based loading doesn't do anything. It's just the modules you've got. Let's just see. Downloads. I don't know.
I guess I wonder if a free play bomb will just load a vanilla. Hey, Crash. Yeah, huh.
That's weird. Nope, ain't working for me. This may cut your stream short. I just sent Sam a message. Or we could go back to a man-based loading world and enable each and every one of those mods, or at least silly slots.
I suppose I could do that. I could just go and manually enable silly slots. That works.
Yeah, that does work. But
well, I guess we won't be doing a progress bomb today, but we can still learn some stuff. Silly slots. Cheers, man.
Oh, there is a release today now playable in French.
Oh,
I'm gonna see if it was released at 9 o'clock this morning. I'm gonna see if I can revert to something before then. I don't think it will let me, but we'll see.
Okay, I think I should now be able to play a Silly Slots bomb. Ah, G-Freak just became a member. Thanks, G-Freak. Okay, so we can run any module that I have manually enabled. So I've got Silly Slots and Skewed Slots enabled so that we can maybe take a look at both of those today. So Stephen. So we're looking at 3B, 3D, and 2B. 332, 3B, 3D, and 2B. And 2D.
Yeah.
So 3B, 3D, 2B. Oh, any number of 2B. Any 3. Okay.
Yeah. I went to a previous version of the game and it worked fine. So I think the version they pushed out today introduces problems with
So how are you getting an old version? Is it just a Steam setting?
yes, if you right click on the game and go to properties, you can opt into the right release you want. Scroll down.
So which one are you using?
The next to the bottom one that's not a whatchamacallit. Go betas.
1.9.7?
Beta tab. Yeah.
Okay, so numbers. Two, three, 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 two, one, 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 two, one, 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 two, three, three, two, one, two, two, three, three. That's really nice actually.
Yeah, Sam, by the way, said he's knows about it, is looking at it. He was ready to give me a test build and everything. I told him we can wait.
There were two mods that were automatically disabled and only take effect once you enter the mod manager. Press tab to do it automatically. Two mods were automatically disabled.
What's this?
Not quite sure.
Oh. And what did you do to get that message?
Just launched the game. So I guess if you've got modules active and you've got domain-based loading, it deactivates them?
Yes.
Okay. Cool, alright. Let's try this again then. So, S modules. Has that happened again? I think it's happening on this version as well.
Yes.
Oh, no, it's just silly and skewed that aren't working now.
Yeah, those are now disabled. They got little X's in their mod manager thing. That's what that message was telling me it was going to do.
But isn't that what domain-based loading is supposed to do?
Oh. Yes. But do you have the previous version?
Yeah, I've got on 1.9.7. And now, when I try and run a Centurion, it's telling me that the only missing modules are the two that I activated earlier.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. And you don't want us to see because
everything is X'd. Just like it should be. And then Silly Slots is also X'd. Skewed Slots is also X'd. There's no difference. Okay, so what happens if I go to the Centurion now? Oh, it's just fine now. I just have to enable them and disable them again.
That's weird. Or enter and exit the mod manager.
I'd already done that once. Maybe try turning it off and on again.
Huh.
Okay, while we're waiting for loadings and stuff, I'll try and memorize some tables. The colours are really nice. They almost have this X pattern. The top of red and the bottom of blue are very similar. The bottom of red and the top of blue are very similar. And the top and bottom of green are very similar. So, it should be...
You're going to really want to remember it in row by row.
You think the row is the most helpful way to remember it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the row, each top of the thing is a row. So if you can remember what Simon is.
Okay.
Let's go back to the machine.
Do we want to do a silly slots on here?
Yeah, let me just look at it and think.
I went to 1.9.7, Jared.
I don't even see it on a module, but it's there, right? Well, let's go to a Porku trading mission. Otherwise, we're going to get needies killing us to death.
It's a no needy. I found it. So silly would be 122 CCB. So it's 1C2C 2B. 1C2C.
Is that how it works?
There is 1,2C silicon. Sausage is 3D, 1B, 1C. 3D, 1B or 1C.
Hey, thank you, Kermit. It's really kind of you.
Ah, Kermit's donated another 99 cents. Thanks, Kermit. Sausage. 3D, 1B, 1C. that a keep then? No.
Oh, again, curve it. Gosh. Very sweet.
1B to 1C. Oh, 1 times 3. 3D, 1B, 1C. And C is coins. We didn't have coins last stage. Okay, I see. Thanks again, Kermit. It's another 99 cents. Sausage, green, blue, green. Blue, green, blue, rather. So it's sausage 2C, 3B, 2C. 2C, 3B, 2C.
Repeat what you said.
2C, 3B, 2C. Two C. So that's a pull because 2 2s is bad.
That's a good way to remember it. You also had a 2C, but 2 2s is bad.
I had two 2Cs there. So it would be.
Oh, you had 2 2Cs. Oh. Rexy.
So 2A. 2A, 2D, 1C. 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 We've got 2 2s again.
Yeah. That's a rule I would prioritize up higher. You're going to see that a lot. Or not.
I think it's.
That's not the way to. That's the way to organize your brain, I guess. Oh my God, you got to do zoo.
Yeah, zoo will be an interesting one. How many things does zoo give you? 6.
How many are the inputs?
I was just seeing how many animals it lists for each one.
Oh, got it. Neutralization doesn't scare me at all.
No, that should be fine. Neutralization, yeah, it's got some rules, but it's not too bad. It's pretty light on the information. So I guess we need to just remember this stuff now. So CADB 231. Oh, it's always going to be one of each, isn't it? 231 CADB. Sassy. I wonder whether I need to do anything for these. For the letters, are there any rows that are the same? No, there aren't. CADB. So, are there any other tricks for silly slots besides, like, pulling on a rainbow for stage 1 is good? Is there anything else like that?
The two twos, unless they're both 2Ds. So anytime I have twos that aren't alike, I know it's a pull. Talking
Yeah.
about rule 6.
Yeah, okay.
So if they are alike, then you have to check if they're Ds. But anytime you have two twos that are different. Likewise, the rule that 7, if there's 1, 3, that's also a pull unless previous stage had any number of Cs.
So that's why rainbow always triggers on stage 1, right?
Right. Because you've got 1, 3.
Yeah.
But in general, that the two twos, unless any they're a pair of 2Ds, is really whatever. That's happens fairly often. I've got them all written down, so the 7's an easy rule to apply for me too, as well as the rule number 10.
Any number of TVs unless there's one seen in any previous stage. It's gross, you have to check
Finds
so much.
Finds 2B is very frequent. It happens a lot.
Right.
And since it's any number of them, you don't have to worry about it. I probably do the 2 twos. I probably do 6 first, then 1, and then 2. 6 of them, 7, then 1, then 2. Then 10. And then I start doing the others. And it's hard to say. I mean, mentally, I just attack the problem all at once.
Yeah.
But as I'm translating, sometimes I'll stop translating when I see 2 twos.
Right.
Not the same. So I can short circuit the translating process quickly on a lot of them. So yeah, before I've even done translating, I've already evaluated 6 and 7 as rules.
2 twos or 1 3. Okay. Yeah, okay, I think maybe they are good places to start.
But you've got a different process. You've got to translate them all at once and keep it all in your head and all that.
Let's just run a quick Centurion. I'm wondering whether I can store slot info on anything.
Right. Got a banana out a while ago. It's time to eat it. You got skewed slots you can enter something on, but you have to remember what the number was. Plumbing. You can use that face to do something.
You can't rotate X pieces on volume.
So you do them in reading order, and whenever you get to an X piece, it doesn't count. If you have a corner piece, then it means this. Yeah, I like it. I can do it.
It lets you store 4 types of information per tile.
Well, it's either going to be an X piece, which means you move on. It's going to be a straight piece, a corner, or a T.
Yeah, so a straight piece only lets you store 2 types of information.
Right. So maybe you skip straight pieces too, or maybe you.
It's possible
I think you probably
I'm
skipped
not
straight
even
pieces.
left with enough tiles if I skip 2 types.
Well, let's just see. I think you got enough.
Well, we don't know how many X's or lines there would be, right?
No, but I think it's not going to have a whole thing of them. How many tiles do we have?
One row alone is 1 stage, right? Because I need 3 colors and 3 shapes.
Okay.
So that row I can't use. I can only get 2 there. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's
Well,
second row. 6, third row. 5, 6, fourth row. So I can get 4 lots of information on that, just.
We only need 3.
It's a very confusing thing to look at for that info.
I agree.
But maybe.
What are you going to do if these things are on the opposite side of the bomb? Well, you're just going to have to deal with that. Oh my God. There's a password.
That's
I don't know how that works.
Not enough info, I don't think.
Get 1 bit in probing and another bit in this module and another bit in that module. Yeah.
There's not much to work with on this one.
No. Offhand, I'm really liking plumbing. Oh, you can do JSON letters. You got 3 rows. But you only get Boolean. Only up to 4 values on each row. Excuse me, 16 values.
I wonder if it's necessary. I wonder how hard it is to just remember them.
I can quiz you.
Anima Vanny says, how will I do friendship? That's a massive lookup table. It's a decent sized lookup table. It's going to be one of the bigger ones to learn. It's not as scary as like light cycle or fast math, but it's probably one of the bigger lookup tables. Yeah.
Fast math doesn't look as scary to me. I've never seen the manual page, so what am I saying?
It's
but
it's
light
13
cycle
by 13, and obviously on a timer. So, one thing that's going to be tricky about friendship is it's numbers and letters in the table. I don't even have the option of just like if it was all numbers, at least I have the option of converting numbers to letters to come up with more memorable things like words. But even that becomes tricky when there's letters in the table as well, because then I have to think, well, was this letter a number originally or is it a letter? So that's kind of tricky. Yeah, if I'm going to store this anywhere, it may well be plumbing. Crazy Talk has a lot of info. To learn? Yeah, Crazy Talk's going to take a little while. There's a fair few things that Crazy Talk can do. Catch it later, Jared. Yeah, I guess plumbing is just about the only thing I actually have an option on for.
Once you do the module, you can skip the rest.
Once what, sorry?
Once you solve the module, you don't need plumbing anymore. That is, once you're done with silly slots, you can use the plumbing module to store other information later.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Can you still change plumbing after
No.
it's? No. Okay.
Wow. It's a nasty one.
It was nice though because it basically told me what the inputs and outputs had to be. I didn't solve it.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we use. Okay, so what's the system for plumbing then? If it's
you can come up with a system. I've got an idea.
I guess position 1 would just be an L or a T at the rotation where it looks like an L or a T. And then you rotate from there.
Yeah, I'd say.
So red or bomb would be an L or a T. And then green or cherry would be 90 degrees from that.
Right.
God, that's horrible. Okay. Guess we've got to remember this table as well, huh?
Yeah, I think it's easier to. Well, your memory is far more vast than mine. When I was a kid, my memory was a lot better. Oh my.
Alright, well, I think what's going to happen now then is just some very quiet memorization for a while, so I don't know if you still want to be here, Rexon. That's going to bore you.
No, I think I'll find something else. Message me when you're done with that, or you know.
Sure, but feel free to jump out.
Okay.
I'll catch you later.
Bye. Bye, viewers.
Hey, Fishy. Okay, so we need to learn this table. So we have uh, 231 CADB 321 BDAC and 312 CBAD. Is that right? 231 CADB 321 BDAC 312 CBAD. I'm not really putting a system into this, and I don't know if I should. Sassy. Sassy 231. CADB. Silly 321. BDAC. And soggy. So here's an idea for a memorization. Maybe it's a weird one, but again, I'm just trying to think of like different systems to try and keep things as separate as possible, because two very similar systems have the danger of being confused, right? Hey, Eva. So I was wondering, like, what if I memorized, instead of the numbers themselves and some kind of like number letter conversion or something like that, I wonder if a way of remembering them could be the shape that 1, 2, and 3 make, where 2 is like mid, 3 is high, and 1 is low. Actually remembering a line of some description. So soggy is 3, 1, 2, which looks like that, where this is the height of 1, this is the height of 2, and this is the height of 3. So instead of remembering a sequence, I'm remembering a shape. And you could even maybe relate that to soggy, because you could imagine someone, okay, you've got a puddle here, that's a boot. Alright, amazing boot. Right, and you can imagine someone jumps in a puddle, and then the puddle splashes out here. Right, that's puddle splash. And that actually gives you that shape. You actually get the jump down, splash up, but not as high as the person who jumped down. And that's soggy, because you're splashing in the puddle, right? So I wonder if I could do something like that. We're taking a look at silly slots. So soggy, 3, 1, 2. As for the letters, they do that. Maybe I could relate the whole thing as a shape together. 3, 1. This is sassy. Maybe that's a valid way of doing this. CA. It's just something different, right? DB, BDAC, BDAC. Are they opposites? What's this? This is C A D B, and for this one you have B D A C. I think the intervals are actually direct opposites, right? So yeah, they are interesting. Okay. So for our first three, sassy is 2, 3, 1 CADB, and silly is 3, 2, 1 BDAC, and soggy is 3, 1, 2 CBAD. Maybe that works. Sally. And CBDA. Sally is very similar to Sassy in that the last two numbers are identical to the first two letters, as in C and B are 3 and 2, and then you go up to D after that. So they're weirdly similar. And sausage starts the same. 1, 3, 2. And sausage is BDCA. If you're frying sausages, maybe this is the path that spitting sausage juice and fat takes as it comes out of the pan. Got a pan here, sausages. God, I love this artwork. And then spit. And then Simon, it's just up. A, C, D, and it's the opposite of sausage. Stephen. And the letters do the exact same thing as well. It's just 2 ticks. Okay, so let's put this here and test that out in a minute. If you flip a sausage, I guess it would end up back in the same place that it started, whereas if you use the spitting coming out of the pan, it ends up lower than where it started, which is what the shape would do. But let's try this out. So Ceci is 231, CADB. Silly is 321, BDAC. Soggy is 312, CBAD. Sally is 132, CBDA. Sausage is 132, BDCA. Simon is 123. ABDC, is that right? Oh, ACDB. Yeah, okay, ACDB. And Stephen would be 213 BACD. BACD? Cool. I think we've got the table done. I just need to know the rules. So if we have a single 3, unless the last stage had any C's. So a single 3 unless last stage has any C's. And then 2 2s unless they're both 2 Ds. Then we're going to go and try and do it numerically, alphanumerically. So 1A, unless the slot in the same position 2 stages ago was. But I missed some. No. What's that rule? I'm missing a thing there. So soggy. Sassy Sally. Wait, how does that translate? Oh, I guess it's just arbitrary. Was 3? It's lost under there. Okay. Yeah, okay, you can see it. So a 1A, unless the slot, unless the same position 2 stages ago is 3. One A or 2A next to a C. Let's do the table again. In fact, let's do those first 4 rules again and then look at the table. So we're looking for, is there a single 3 unless the last stage had any C's? Are there 2 2s unless they're both 2 Ds? 1A unless 2 stages ago that position had a 3. Or a 1A or a 2A next to a C. And then the table. Sassy is 231 CADB. Silly is 321 DBAC. Excuse me, BDAC. It is BDAC, right? Yep. And Soggy is 312 CBAD. Sally is 132 CBDA. Sausage is 132 BDCA. Simon is 123 ACDB. And Stephen is 213 BACD. Cool. So a single 3 unless the last stage had any C's. 2 2s unless they're both 2 Ds. A 1A unless 2 stages ago that slot had a 3. Or a 1A or 2A next to a C. Three Bs that aren't 1Bs. So they're the A rules. The B rules are just 3 Bs, unless we have a 1B. Any 2 Bs, unless we've had any 1C. So they're the B rules. It's nice, there's like 2A rules, 2B rules, 2C rules, and 2D rules. Oh wait, no, because 6 and 7 I've already considered. So there's really only 1C rule and 1D rule, okay. So right. A single 3 unless any unless the last stage had any C's. 2 2s unless they're both 2 Ds. A 1A unless 2 stages ago that slot had a 3. A 1A or a 2A next to a C. Did I say C for the first rule? I meant 3. I think I said 3. A 1A or a 2A next to a C. And then 3 Bs unless we've got a 1B. Any number of 2 Bs unless any previous stage had a 1C. And then it's nice and simple for the last two. A 2C or a couple of 3Ds. So same number means same color, right? Yeah. So if they're all the same color, unless we have an A or 2D in the previous. Or all identical unless there have been any 3Cs. Okay. So 1, 3 unless any Cs. 2 2s unless they're both 2D. A 1A unless 2 stages ago that had a 3. A 1A or 2A next to a C. 3 Bs unless we've got a 1B. A 2B unless any previous stage had a 1C. Or however many 2Bs we want. Any number of 2Bs unless any previous 1C. And then it's simply a 2C. And then a couple of 3Ds. It's as simple as those, right? Yep. And then if they're the same color, then unless there's an A or there's been any previous one C, 2D. Unless there's an A or any previous 2Ds. Two D is always good, 3D is bad. In the previous stage. Identical unless any previous stage of the 3C. Okay. Hey Crash. Rex is headed off just because I was going to be sat memorizing for a while. Okay, I think we have to try this. This is not a module that feels good. I guess we're going to be trying this without actually keeping anything in plumbing, because there's nothing on this bomb. We'll see how that goes. So this is a pull, but we've got blue cherry, green coin, red bomb. Blue cherry, green coin, red bomb. Blue cherry, green coin, red bomb. So reds are 2 and they're different, so that's cool. Oh, no, I didn't memorize. Yeah, I don't think I can even hold this. Like, in my head, I already know this feels wrong. This would take a really long time on, like, live on the bomb to commit this information. This isn't something that just sticks with me. There's 1, 3, What's the rule for that? 1-3 unless the previous stage had any C's. For Simon, C is 1, 2, 3. A C. It's a cherry, so that's fine. Because I'm pretty sure we had cherries on the last one. How did you get the Praetorian Cartoon to find it on Steam? The Praetorian was our design, and someone made it for us. I can't remember if that was... I think it was Elias. So it might be in the Elias mission pack. So Simon, RGB... Simon is 1, 2, 3. And 4, 1, 2. DAB. 1, 2, 3, DAB. So we have a 2A, but it's not next to a C, so that's acceptable. 3B, I don't think there's a rule to do with 3B. I think that's a keep. Damn it. Why is that not a keep? Was there not a cherry in the previous stage? Stage 1. There was. There is a silly Simon who's not been a sassy sausage. So what's that rule? There are any number of silly Simons. A number of 2Bs unless there's been a 1C in any previous stage. DAB 1, 2, 3. I got 3B. Blue cherry. DAB. Soggy. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong. It's this one that's the problem. There is a sausage adjacent to a Sally. And Sally isn't soggy. Which rule is that? A C next to, yeah, okay, a C next to a 1A or a 2A. I got DAB on that. Why is that not DAB? We had a red grape. Oh, yeah. It's not just... I did it in alphabetical order. Yeah, okay. Let's see what I did wrong. Oh, this is going to be a nasty module. Catch you later, Eva. This one's going to be really gross. I think we want to run it on a Centurion so I can store info. Okay. It's going to be a pull. So we have RG, R, and RG, B, and RG. And a grape will be 2, 3, 4. A coin is 1. No, a coin is 2. A coin is 3. Whoops. And a bomb is 1. Can I think the Centurion could be done with 1 expert? Yeah. It's been EFM'd before, so definitely. So blue, grape, red. I think that works well enough, I guess. Okay, so sausage is 1, 3, 2. So it's 1, 1, 1. And then sausage would be B, D, C, A. If they're all the same color, what do we check? We pull it unless there's any A's or a 2D in the previous stage. So A for sausage is grapes, so that's actually fine. So we have 1s, and it's 1 D, 1A, 1A. Is that right? It's 1D, 1A, and 1A. So we don't have a single 3. We don't have 2 2s. The 1A rules we need to double check. It's a single 1A, which would be a problem except we have 2 of them. Unless 2 slots ago that was a 3. Or either of them next to a C. We don't. I think that's a keep. Jesus. Nasty. Doable, but nasty. Yeah, that's right. Expert for myself. Yeah, Elias did the Centurion without any experts, looking at the manuals, but he just did it all by himself. So that's essentially a 1 expert diffusal. He obviously has the minimized time of not having to communicate things. However, if you're doing it with an expert and you are yourself a diffuser, then you have the added benefit of being able to solo stuff while they're doing their experting. Because there's definitely a few things on the Centurion that are really realistic solos. Yeah, that's definitely one way of doing the module. You can do it just the same as a normal cube. Where are my silly slots? There they are. So Sassy, 2, 3, 1, G, 3. So we're on 3, 2, 3. So I don't have... You can make pancakes. That sounds good, sure.
With bacon.
Yeah.
And maple syrup.
Oh, that sounds good.
I've got a massive cream right. Sorry.
So we've got 3, 2, 3. Because Sassy is... Sassy. So it's... 3, yeah, 3, 2, 3. We don't have 2 2s. We don't have a single 3. Which I think is the rule. I don't think it's any 3s. I think it's a single 3. And then for Sassy, it's 2, 3. It's CADB. So they're all bombs. That's nice. Which would be C. So it's 3C, 2C, 3C. What's that? Oh yeah, you can use as much of that as you like. Yeah. So 3C, 2C, 3C. Hi Ash. You've just done your exam? I thought we were gonna call for that. Oh, okay. It's pretty much the system as a 5x5. Are you talking cubes? Oh, okay. Oh shit, okay. I thought on your exam night you could take it like anytime on the day. You should have told me. Sorry, I thought, okay. So, 3C, 2C, and 3C. We skip the one with the A rules. B rules. It's two. No, it's a single 2C, which we have. The red one is a single 2C. So we have to pull that. Oh, we didn't store it. Green, blue, green. G. And bomb, bomb, bomb. Okay. So soggy is 3, 1, 2. So that's 1, 2, 2. We've got 2 2s. I need to check if, and they're not both Ds, so that's a pull. So we've got green, blue, blue. G, blue, blue, and it's bomb, coin, bomb. Bomb, coin, bomb. Stephen would be 2, 1, 3, which means our greens are 1s and our red is a 2, so we don't meet the colour rules. So it's 2, 2, 1, 1, and then C, D, so 2C, 1D, and 1B. 2C, 1D, 1B. 2C, 1D, 1B. We've got a single 2C again, so it's another pull. I'm going to try and just remember this stage. Red, green, green, queen, great bomb. 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 Okay. Colors and I'll switch. Okay. So now we have sausage, which is 1, 3, 2. Which makes this 3, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. And 3A. There's no 3A rule. Queen is C. So it's another 2C. That's a solve. Oh, that is awful. That is awful. But I guess it is technically solvable. I don't like that at all. Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, much good.
Okay, well, I think we add it to the profile. I guess we also add laundry to the profile just for the info. Because without a laundry on the bottom, I can't do it. Unless just for now, you know what? For now, as a placeholder, I'll just write them down. But on the real thing, I'll have to store it on laundry. Okay, silly slots is on. I also said I might take a look at skewed slots today because skewed is like also on theme. We could do the slots modules. And I'm wondering how much of skewed I actually just know. So you replace any 2 with a 5 and any 7 with a 0. You add 1 to all for lits and take away 1 to all for unlits. And then, if it's a multiple of 3, you add 4 to it. Else, if it's greater than 7, you, I think, double it. If it's less than 3 and even, do you like times it by -1 or something weird? Okay, so if it's greater than 7, you double it. Okay, if it's less than 3 and even, you halve it. Okay. Otherwise, if you've got an RCA or a PS2, skip the others. Or you take the original digit and add batteries. Okay. So replace any 2 with a 5 and any 7 with a 0. Add 1 for lits, take away 1 for unlits. If it's a multiple of 3, you add 4 to it. Else if it's greater than 7, you double it. Else if it's less than 3 and even, you halve it. Else, if you've got an RC or a PS2, that's it. Or you go back to the original digit and add batteries. For the first slot, if it's greater than 5, and even, you halve it. And it's prime, okay. Prime, you add the serial. Parallel port's the weird one where you multiply by -1, okay. Whereas if the original digit to the so if the middle digit was odd to start, then we do nothing, or we take away 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are there always 5 rules? 2, 3, 4. No, it's 5, 5, 4. Okay. So if it's greater than 5 and even, we have it. Or if it's prime, we add the last serial digit. Or if there's a parallel, we times it by -1. Or if the middle original digit is odd, that's it. Else we take away 2. Okay. Let's take a look at the middle one. The middle one's the one that's got to do with the Fibonacci, or I think it asks about it being 0 as well. Okay. If it's an unlit bob, we do nothing. If it's 0, we add the digit from the first. So the first slot and the second slot ask about each other. The first slot asks if the middle one is odd, and we do nothing. The second one asks if the left slot. Oh, sorry, we add the left slot if it's 0. Then if it's the Fibonacci sequence, we just go 2 along in the Fibonacci. Otherwise, if it's 7 or more, you add 4. Or you multiply by 3. Okay. The multiply by 3 rule is really rare, because if it's less than 7, there's a good chance it's either 0 or in the Fibonacci sequence. And then if it's 7 or more, then you get the rule before it. Have I seen a mind-blowing box? I don't know what that means, so I'm guessing not. So, slot 1, if it's even and greater than 5, halve it. Or, if it's prime, add the right serial digit. Or if it's parallel times by -1. Or if the original middle digit's odd, that's you don't change it, or you -2. The second slot is an unlit bob, is unchanged. Or if it's 0, you use the digit from the original left screen. Or Fibonacci, you go 2 along. Or if it's 7 or more, you add 4. Or you multiply by 3. Third slot, okay. If there's a serial port, you add the largest number from the serial. If we've got duplicate original numbers, then we leave it unchanged. Or if it's 5 or more, it's binary. Or we just add 1. So serial, add the largest serial digit. Same as another original number, we do nothing. 5 or more is binary, or +1. So I think we could do skewed slots now. This one doesn't seem too bad at all. I don't think links will work in chat, no. I think you'll actually get blocked by a bot. Okay, so to begin with, replacing 2 with a 5 and any 7 with a 0. So 5 does not get replaced. 576. Guess we need to remember the original digits as well. So 576. Replacing 2 with a 5 and any 7 with a 0. Okay. So we need to -1 for the omelette. Multiple 3, no. Greater than 7, no. Less than 3, no. Is there an RCA or a PS2? No, therefore we take the original and add batteries, which is going to be 7. First slot. It's greater than 5 and even? No, it's currently 7. Is it prime? Yes. So we add the last serial digit. So that's going to be a 9. We replace any 7 with a 0. We -1, so we're currently on, just say -1. -1. It's not multiple 3, no. So we take the original digit again, 5, 7. And we add the 2 batteries, so that's a 9. Is there an unlit bulb? No. Unlit bulb? No. Is it 0? No. Is it in the Fibonacci? No. Is it 7 or more? We add 4 to it. Okay, then the last slot goes down to 5. Again, we're taking the original digit and adding batteries, so that goes up to an 8. Is there a serial port? No. Otherwise, is it the same as any other originals? No. Is it more than 5? Yes. So we take the binary of the original digit, which was 6, so it should be a 2. Nice, there we go. Let's get some different edge work and try another one. You can PM me on Discord, yeah. Okay. 198, replace any 2, any 7, so we'll get on that front. We're not modifying the numbers. Okay. Okay. Greater than 7, no. Less than 3, no. We have PS2s, so we skip the last rule. Alright, so first slot. Is it greater than 5? No. Is it prime? No. Is there a parallel port? Yes. Times it by -1 would be -1, so mod 10 becomes 9. 9 is a multiple of 3, so it's 13. 13. It's in the Fibonacci. So, is there an unlit bulb? No. Is it 0? No. Is it in the Fibonacci? Yes. So it becomes 34. And then the last digit. Cheers, Crash. I'll take a look after the stream. Last digit is greater than 7 and even. Does it have to be even, or is it just greater than 7? It's just greater than 7. Okay. So this becomes 16. And then, is there a serial port? No. Is it the same as any other original digits? I don't remember, but I don't think so. Therefore it's the binary, and the binary for 16 is of course just a 1. Nice. Yeah, skewed is really straightforward. Sure, Crash. Alright, so we've put the two slot modules onto the bomb. Maybe we should take a look at plumbing next, just so we can also have it on the profile, so that when we're doing silly slots, it's just also there to use the info for. Okay, this shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. Red and yellow have some similarities, so that's kind of nice. So a 1 in the serial, or 1 RJ, and against would be any duplicates of any kind, so any duplicate ports or any duplicate serials. Okay, so a 1 or 1 RJ or duplicate ports, duplicate serial characters. And then a 2 or any number of stereo RCAs. Against would be no duplicate ports, and against would be if there is a 1 or an L in the serial. Okay. Green is less bothered about what the numbers are, as long as there are some. So green will always get the 4 point, because we're rolling for the serial to do that. So one more DVIs, and then it's inactive for the other 2 being inactive. So it's RJ and then RCA and then a DVI. And then blue. 4 or 4, 0 or 0. Four port types, 4 batteries, 0 port types, 0 batteries. Okay, let's see if we can go through those. So red is active for a 1 or duplicate ports. Wait. Oh, yeah, I'm getting the... Yeah. So 1 is active for a 1 in the serial, or exactly 1 RJ, and it's inactive for duplicate port and duplicate serial characters. Yellow is active for a 2 in the serial, or no duplicate ports, and it's inactive for no, other way around, sorry. I've done the same again. It's active for a 2 in the serial or at least 1 stereo RCA, and it's inactive for no duplicate ports or a 1/L in the serial. Green is gets a point and then another for a DVI, or any number of DVIs. Green is inactive for the other 2 being inactive. And then blue is either on or it's at least 4 port types or at least 4 batteries, and it's off for 0 port types and 0 batteries. Okay. Red output, okay. wants a serial or exactly one battery. Red gets one against point guaranteed. More than 2 inputs are active. Red output's very unlikely to be in. So red output needs a serial or exactly one battery. There's one inactive point and he gets another for... Oh fuck. Let's hope that alarm doesn't go off now. One sec, guys. What was that? Right. So red output wants a serial or exactly one battery. It's inactive for 1 point guaranteed. It's also inactive if there's 3 inputs. Yeah, okay. Yellow wants duplicates or 4 or an 8. Serial doesn't contain a 2. So it wants similar stuff to yellow input. It's like opposites. Yellow loses a point for no duplicates and this gains 1 for duplicates. And the input gets a point for 2 and this one loses a point for not a 2. So it's just like the input. Four, continue with 4 or 8 against the green being active. So green, exactly 3 inputs active, exactly 3 ports present. And against is fewer than 3 ports present. So if there's more than 3 numbers will not happen. Active, exactly 3 inputs active, exactly 3 ports present. And then blue, all active inputs or any other inactive output. Fewer than 2 against is fewer than 2 batteries on their parallel. 1 battery serial against is fewer than 2 batteries. Okay, let's try and run through those rules. So red input wants a 1 in the serial, exactly 1 RJ. It doesn't want duplicate ports. Or duplicate serial characters. Yellow wants 2 in the serial. And it wants no duplicate ports. No, and it wants a stereo RCA. It doesn't want no duplicate ports or a 1 or an L in the serial. Green gets a point and another for a DVI. And it doesn't want red to be inactive or yellow to be inactive. Blue wants at least 4 ports, or at least four port types, or at least 4 batteries. Doesn't want 0 port types, or at least 4 batteries. Red output wants a serial or exactly 1 battery. It loses a point by default. And it loses a second point for three inputs being on. The yellow output wants a 4 or an 8 in the serial and duplicate ports. It doesn't want not a 2, or I think the red input to be on, but I need to check it. Green, okay, it doesn't want green on. Green output. Green output wants exactly 3. Does green output just get a point by default? No, it doesn't. 3 inputs on or 3 ports present. Exactly 3 inputs on, exactly 3 ports present. And it only has 1 negative condition, which is fewer than 3 ports present. And then blue wants either all inputs on or at least 1 output off, and it doesn't want fewer than 2 batteries or no parallel. Okay. Let's go try out uploading.
Yeah.
Cheers, bud.
Do you want it?
What's in between? Is that just another pancake?
Just pancakes.
It looks like a burger or something. Let's go take a look at planning. So red input wants a 1 in the serial. Nope. And it wants exactly 1 RJ. Nope. Yellow wants a 2 in the serial. Nope. And it wants at least 1 RCA. There's no ports at all, are there? Okay. Green isn't on because the other 2 are off as well, so blue is our only input. And then outputs. Red wants... Red gets... No. Red wants... Fuck. Outputs. Red wants... Red loses a point automatically, doesn't it? The red output. Does red want at least 3 ports active? 3 inputs active? Red wants a serial. No, red wants a serial or exactly 1 battery, is that right? Yeah. So red wants a serial or exactly 1 battery, neither of which are true. That loses a point automatically? Yeah. Yellow... wants a 4 or an 8 in the serial, it gets a point for that. And it wants duplicate ports, which it doesn't get. It loses a point for green being active, which is fine. And it loses a point for no 2 in the serial. It does lose that, so it's not on. Green wants exactly 3 inputs active, no, or exactly 3 ports present, no, so it's just blue to blue. Let's go take a look at that. Nice. That's a horrible one. Only one tile left over. Okay, so I think we're happy with plumbing. Do you eliminate scenarios on plumbing by just trying things see what works? Yeah, sometimes you can guarantee that things have to be on or off, but I think it's faster to know the rules than to try and deduce things that cannot be the case, especially since that's not always possible. Going through rules, I think it's definitely time-wise, definitely faster. I think that's actually going to close up the stream today. I don't actually think I'm going to do a progress bomb for this particular one, because I don't know if I'm going to do progress bombs every single stream now, because the profile's getting bigger and bigger, and that's going to take up more and more time. So I think I will do them at select points. So let's put on plumbing to this. I'm also feeling just kind of tired today, so let's put plumbing on. And on the next stream we'll do a progress bomb and try and add a couple more things. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and we'll catch you all next time. Bye bye.